Hi guys, back here with Al McMordie. We're doing these videos early, chunking them out for playoff weekend. A lot of people ask me, what's the difference between the all access? Yesterday was a perfect difference in it, like perfect. You had 10 games online, so if you're a member at Pick Dogs, you log into the website, you got 10 plays online, obviously not rated. And I believe, what was your record for the day online, Al?
On those plays, we did go 3-7.
Okay, so it was a small losing day, -4 units with the VIG. But if you were a Telegram subscriber, you got an additional update, as I discussed in yesterday's video, at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and that was a 6 unit play on Quapiniak. So you went 4-7, and you lost less because you had a 6 unit play, basically covering those plays, and that's the value of the all access. If you've been playing the all access plays, and let if you've been playing the all access play since Monday, getting the right numbers, which we'll discuss in a second, you're a player that is up 30.9 units for the week. Monday, we made 37 units. Tuesday, we made 9.8 units. Wednesday, we lost 11.1 units. And then Thursday, yesterday. So the whole point is that this is the difference between flat betting, and this is the difference between the late updates and getting access to the ratings. In addition, obviously everybody loves the NFL playoffs. Al, you haven't had a lot of big unit plays rated in a while. Guess what, guys? Al just dropped a 10-unit play in the NFL on Sunday, and he dropped an 8-unit play for Saturday. So just wrap your head around that, guys. If you're a flat better and you're betting every game 1 unit, that's like having 18 plays wrapped up in two games, with that 8 unit on Saturday and that 10 unit on Sunday. They're already available and up on Pick Dogs. Also, we wanted to discuss real quick. Yesterday was a perfect example. One of your losses was Gonzaga, and and then some clients pushed, some clients lost on that Cal State Fullerton game. And you made a very valid point. When you're on Telegram or whether you're logging in at Pick Dogs, the quickest you can possibly play them is going to give you the best chance on the lines in your favor, because these lines do move, especially in college basketball.
Yeah, I mean, this year we've had 17 games uh, impacted by line movement. We're 15-2, where that line movement, it was better to bet early rather than late. So that illustrates you can't
Whew.
wait. And when I say 17 games impacted by line movement, that means by betting early, you may have won instead of pushed. It may mean you would have pushed instead of lost. It's rare that it lands in the middle where it changes a win to a loss, but that happens as well too sometimes. And you have to bet when the games are released. This isn't where I release the games at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. and someone's putting them in at 6 p.m. because they're going about their day.
But percentage wise, just because when somebody hears that 15-2, percentage wise, I just want to note, looking at the Pick Dogs, assuming it's updated at the time of this recording, we're doing it early on Friday. I'm showing you as at flat bet 171 plus 113. You're 171 and 113 in college basketball. So percentage wise, you're better at the math with me. You're talking about 17 games out of 284 games.
Yeah, which is roughly 1 out of 17, because 17 times 17 is 289. So, yeah, it's roughly 5% have been impacted by odds movement. Um,
Would you say
but
that's a high percentage? I would say it's in the big
no,
scheme.
no, no, that's about right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, normally it's going to be about 3%. For us, maybe it's a little bit higher at 5% because my games are moving a little bit more in terms of how much they're moving. Like maybe they move, a point instead of a half point, stuff like that.
Got it.
Um,
That's very informative, because like a lot of people, like I said, flip out at it, And again, like I said, we're not talking about what we talked about yesterday with the 6 unit play, where you're waiting for a line to actually hit a certain number, which is counterintuitive to what we're talking about here. It's
oh,
more.
let me also interrupt you. When I say 17 games, that's college and pro combined. So in
Oh,
college and pro combined, we've had actually the records 229 and 147 or thereabout. So we've had like 370 plays. So it's 17 out of
376,
three. It's
376.
three,
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's about right. It's people would be surprised at how few games land around the number. I think a lot of people think it's a lot higher than three
Well,
percent
because
ish.
like you said, the brain remembers it, right? When you lose
Yeah,
Gonzaga
you
by
always remember the
20,
one game, but it's pretty rare that a game actually lands on the number. Um, that being said, you always have to fight for that number. Like you can't be casual about it because even if it's 1 out of 33 games, I want that one game. Like that one game's important to me. You can't say, it's only one game. So you have to put in the plays early. You have to fight for every game.
perfect. Makes a lot of sense. And let's talk about it now that we're into playoff weekend. We know everybody's going to be losing their minds. One question before you get to your complimentary selection for you guys that want to pick up the all access 1 week, a 7-day trial offer for $1,000. I'm keeping that promo rolling till I see 3 movie posters behind Al's head. Then we might that so we're you gotta you, we want the wind to blow the other direction. We want Al to get back into his house, but that means we're going to cut off this promo. So take advantage of Al at the remote promo location. My question to you is, Al, is why? And this is the question I get asked every day of the week. Why does college basketball move more than, let's say, the NFL?
Well, a lot of bookmakers have lower limits on college basketball. You can ask the question, why is that? They may have less confidence in the number because um, maybe they feel there's so many teams, 364 teams, they can't follow all of them as well as maybe some people can, and so the limits are lower. And if the limits are lower, that means people will move the numbers. So if let's say you want to get down $10,000
Mm-hmm.
and your limit's 3,000, well, maybe you'll move it and then take it at a different number. And so there's reasons why the lines can move. That's one reason. But yeah, bookmakers, like at the books I play with, like if I want to bet 10,000 on an NBA game, it's easy.
Right.
But it's not so easy to bet 5,000 on a college basketball game. You have to have multiple books in order to be able to get down, 10, 15,000 on a college basketball game.
There you go. So with that being said, guys, 702-769-0404. Again, going into this Friday morning, we're up 30.9 units for the week. And again, that's a lot of money if you're a dime per unit player. That's 30,900 for the week. That's so let's rock and roll. What's your complimentary selection for Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, what I want to do also is go back to last week. We had a big play on the Houston Texans on that game against the LA Chargers. That was the Chargers' third straight road game. That was one of the reasons, a minor reason, but one of the reasons why I like the Houston Texans. Teams playing their third straight road game in the NFL, whether it's regular season or playoffs, whether they're an underdog or a favorite, doesn't matter. They suck. Going back 45 years, teams playing their third straight road game are 132 and 168 ATS. In the playoffs, are 27 and 44 ATS. Well, there's one team this week playing its third straight road game, and that's the Washington Commanders. So we're going to take the Detroit Lions minus the points. And within that 44 and 27 playoff set, it's really horrible for the road team when they're priced from plus 6.5 to plus 9.5 points. They're 4-17 and 1 ATS, and that's exactly where the Commanders are priced. So we're going to lay the points with the Lions.
Lay the points with the Lions, guys. Send me that text to join. Good day and good luck.